These are the paints I use, and I have done for 20 years. Winsor & Newton, pretty much throughout. Although I used to use regular oil paints, I've started using the water mixable ones that they came out with a few years ago now. The water mixable ones have had the chemical structure changed so that you can actually mix them with water, whereas traditional oils, obviously you have to rinse with some sort of spirit, white spirit or turpentine traditionally. The water mixable are great in terms of not having to have stinky spirit around, which you need to sort of ventilate the room for, and obviously makes cleanup much easier. They don't respond as well to making washes as traditional oils, but I've recently discovered other eco-safe, as it were, products for cleaning brushes. If you Google green for oil, there's a company called Senelia that make a dilutant that basically will cut through both water mixable and oil colours, and doesn't require turpentine, and it doesn't smell, and it's much safer for the environment so far as I can tell. So take a look at that if you find that useful. What I'm doing here is beginning to block in the colours, so I've actually mixed the oils as you've seen on a traditional with a palette knife on a disposable palette, and I'm blocking in the colours I want. So I've mixed up on my palette all the colours that I want to use in the painting. I pre-mix most of the colours and then apply them to the paint where they're needed, rather than mixing on the canvas itself. And I mix them with a water mixable fast drying medium or regular medium, similar to liquid, which is used with traditional oils. They make a blending medium, and it helps the paint to flow, and gives really good coverage. But you can try lots of different mediums to work with the oils. These are the ones I've found work very well for me. And essentially I will cover all of the background first, as you can see, with the colours that I want. I'm keeping them really dark around here. I'd done a colour study before I started by comping various images together that I'd referenced, and I've used those to get the feel of the background that I want, and now I'm referencing those images. Just applying the colours, very blocky at first, which is why it's called blocking in. There's no blending at this stage. I'm just getting the paint down. So you've probably noticed that the original colours that I used in the underpainting, I've actually tweaked slightly. I did really like the underpainting colours. It was a really nice palette, but it wasn't as punchy as the one I'd done in my colour study. So actually, I did adjust it for the much bolder colours, which I'm happy with. But I did like that original palette, and maybe I'll use that for another painting. So now this is the scary stage where all that blocking in, I now have to blend it. So what I've done is taken a soft dry brush and I'm feathering the edges of the paint, the one colour into another, to try and soften these clouds. And in fact I had to go and buy a larger, softer brush because such a large expanse of clouds. And at points in this, I really feel like I'm fighting the painting, and you're taking bits away, and then you're adding them back in and adjusting them, and then lightening them a bit more, and then darkening another bit, and you're constantly sort of adjusting to get it exactly right, and to make the contrast right between this lighting effect underneath the clouds of the lightening and the dark threatening clouds above.